There was nothing modest about Laurie Nash, a man who reached the pinnacle in Australian football and Test cricket. He called himself the greatest, and those who watched him in South Melbourne's glory days of the 1930s could do nothing but agree. Centre-half back in South's Foreign Legion Premiership team of 1933, he would later captain the side and twice led the club's goal-kicking. Despite playing only 99 games in a career interrupted by the war, many ranked him as the best player in the country. In one interstate match against South Australia, he kicked 18 goals. Nash was the epitome of brashness on the cricket field as well. A fiery fast bowler and the scourge of visiting batsmen, he twice represented Australia, took 10 wickets at 12.8 and managed to rub up not only the opposition, but the power brokers of his country's cricket as well. Tonight, 26 years after his passing, Laurie Nash, the greatest, is inducted into the Sport Australia Hall of Fame.
Representing the great one is his daughter Norleen, and to make the presentation, how fitting that the greatest swan of all, triple Brownlow medalist Bobby Skilton, should join us.
Norleen, welcome. I knew Dad very well, and I reckon that if anyone was going to present this medal to you tonight, the second greatest was okay, Bobby Skilton.
Yes, pretty good.
Tell us, you were far too young to have seen him in his heyday in football and cricket, but he came over from Tasmania and was the scourge of opposition footballers and visiting cricketers. He was quick, he was a very good footballer.
I think he was born with a special gift, you know, and I didn't inherit anything.
I think you might have inherited, well, a bit, but you didn't inherit, the modesty was something that didn't worry him, did it?
No.
Did he used to, when he sat around the table, did he mention occasionally that there were none better?
No, I didn't even know he played sport till I was told at school, and I was 12.
But then you would have found out. I'm sure Laurie would have belted that point home once or twice.
No, he didn't talk about it much.
Really?
No.
He must have saved it for all the guys down at the Wales pub on a...
Well, he may well have. He used to say he thought of some footballers, and I said to him, "Why do you call them autumn leaves?" And he said they were never off the ground.
Oh. We once asked him who the greatest player he'd ever seen was, and he came up, he was the first guy to use this. He said, "I see him every morning when I shave."
Yes.
He was the one who started that, and I think that went back a very long way. I think he was using an old cutthroat razor in those days. He kept the memorabilia.
Yes.
And I remember going to his house one day and went in the back room, and he had a chair, a wicker chair, and there was a photo of him in front, that famous photo where he's crouched over with his tongue sticking out.
Yes.
And there was a football on one table that he'd kicked the 18 goals with, and there was a cricket ball that he'd taken 4 wickets against England. And I said, "What are you doing, Laurie?" He said, "I sit here and think about how good I was." Does that sound right?
That would be right, yes.
Are you a bit of a Swans fan yourself?
I like the Swans, but I don't go football matches very much, you know.
The story is that he was pretty harshly treated by the cricket administration,
yes,
because he was a very, very good fast bowler,
yes,
but he didn't quite fit the mould of the day.
I think that was probably because he was not a grammar school boy, and that seemed to make a difference between Protestants and Catholics in those days. Yes.
And well, no, that's a very fair comment. But his father had been a very good footballer too.
Yes, he
and
had
captain
been.
of Collingwood.
Yes, he had, yes. So it had sort of, and the great-grandfather was involved with Carlton, so there's like 3 generations, but then it's sort of gone missing.
What happened to your boys?
Yes, they're reasonable, but they haven't got that special gift.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
it is...
Maybe they need the chair and the photo.
Well,
Norleen,
they've got the memorabilia.
Norleen, there would be no one in the world happier than LJ Nash if he was here tonight, but I'm sure that the family will be enjoying this moment.
Yes, well, Keith Miller used to carry his bags when they played cricket. Can you believe that?
I can't believe it. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I know Harry Gordon, our great historian, we've talked about it. But to those who saw him and talked about him, there were none better in the 30s. He was just a superstar as a footballer and a cricketer, and his induction into the Hall of Fame is long overdue. Well done, Nolan.
I'm very happy. Thank you very much. Yeah.